Can immigrants smoke pot? Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States out of our office here in St. Louis, Missouri. Just had a deportation case that revolved a lot around pot, marijuana, the ganja, the devil's lettuce, the wacky weed. And so I thought I'd shoot this video to fill you in on all the things you need to know about the interaction between pot and our immigration laws. You know, while the country may be moving towards legalization in certain states of marijuana, we're seeing marijuana dispensaries, we're seeing medical marijuana, we're seeing lots of different ways that marijuana is becoming more prevalent in the United States. So this leads to interesting legal questions as it relates to non-citizens and their use of illegal drugs like marijuana. And the thing to remember first and foremost is that we are a nation of federal and state laws. So there are laws that apply to the states. Each state can pass their own laws, and then there are federal laws. And the important thing to keep in mind is that the immigration laws are federal, and they're based on the rules that Congress has passed. And so in the interaction and the intersection of state marijuana laws that may be more open and the interaction of federal law, which may be harsher, we see some real issues and some real problems for immigrants. One area that we've seen this a lot of in the past are when a U.S. citizen wants to sponsor their spouse from overseas. And in those situations, the foreign national has to get a medical exam before they come to the United States. And we've seen countless cases where the foreign national has failed their medical exam because of pot. And when that happens, the doctor who administers the embassy physical exam basically writes up the report that says that you failed your drug test, and most often you're put on a plan where you have to be drug-free and drug tested for a year before you're allowed to come to the United States to be with your spouse or your fiance. So we see this a lot with young people where an I-130 spouse petition or an I-129F fiance petition is approved, but the foreign national isn't allowed to come into the United States for having passed or failed, I should say, a marijuana test. This also comes up in situations where people are in the United States and they want to adjust their status, they want to get their green card. And the federal law as it relates to drugs is very, very harsh. It was passed in 1996, signed into law by President Bill Clinton, which is ironic because when he was running for president the first time, he famously said that as it comes to marijuana that he, quote, didn't inhale. And so despite that, in 1996, he signed a law that was passed by a Republican Congress that is very harsh when it comes to immigrants and drugs, which would include marijuana. And so in the drug context and the criminal context is if you plead guilty to a crime involving pot, that can get you deported. That's drug-related behavior. And if you have multiple drug convictions or multiple pot convictions, even if they're small and minor, and you're unable to get those convictions vacated, then you might get deported for that. You might also get deported for just admitting the conduct involving drugs. So if you've been under oath and testified about doing drugs, or if you've gotten in trouble before and you've admitted in open court that you did marijuana, that can keep you from getting a green card even if you're married to a U.S. citizen. So as we move towards a more open stature for pot, and as more and more states make it legal for pot to be used in those states, you have to keep in the back of your mind, if I'm not a citizen and I'm going to be asking for immigration benefits, or I'm going to be trying to keep myself from being deported, do I really want to do pot? Do I really want to put myself at risk? Do I really want to prevent me from being able to stay in the United States forever? So if you have questions about pot or a drug test or the adjustment of status process as it relates to marijuana, you should give us a call at 314-961-8200. You can always email us at info@hackinglawpractice.com. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to share it out on social media. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and find us in our Facebook group, which is called Immigrant Home. We'd love to have you. We post all of our new stuff there. People ask me questions, and it's a really good format. So we hope to see you there. Thanks.